Wings, the Detroit Red Wings, their Twitter account just announced that the team has signed Evgeni Nabokov from the KHL, SKA St. Petersburg. He left that team earlier this year. Now the trick is Nabokov has to clear waivers. He'll go on waivers tomorrow. The way it works, the last place team in the league gets first dibs. It goes down. If no one takes him, the Wings will end up with Nabokov. We saw Jimmy Howard get the win in goal for Detroit tonight, a 4-3 overtime win over St. Louis. Is Nabokov, is he going to make his way to Detroit? Because we've seen Kyle Wellwood, we've seen Spatos both go that route and end up elsewhere.
Well, what this is a nice aggressive move by Detroit to address their goalie situation. And it's not that they have a lack of faith in Jimmy Howard per se, but he was a little bit banged up. You mentioned he got back in the net tonight, had a big win at St. Louis. But more Chris Osgood, who's just came off of a surgery. Who knows what his expected time to return will be. So adding Nabokov is a nice safety net for the Wings, provided they could get him through waivers. But I've got to think, for whatever they signed him for, this is a very, very inexpensive cap hit. It's a low-risk move. The Wings have their fingers crossed, I'm sure Kenny Holland and his staff do, that he'll slide through waivers. But I've got to think that there might be the odd team licking their fingers to just kind of squiggle in and pluck him.
Yeah, and that's prorated money as well. It's a prorated contract, exactly. So you have to think along those lines. So here's a guy that's kind of just been sitting around for a little while, waiting for a contract. What can Nabokov bring to a team right now, or is he maybe going to be a little rusty?
Yeah, he could be a little bit rusty, and I'm sure any team that acquires him will have to take that into consideration. But in Nabokov's case, he's had a tremendous NHL career. He left for the KHL this offseason. The opportunities weren't quite what he'd hoped they would be here in the National Hockey League, so he was proactive and he had to get playing. But since his contract is terminated mutually between him and SKA St. Petersburg, he's come back. I'm sure he's been working out, but it always takes time to get up to speed in the NHL. So it'll be interesting to see what he can bring, because he'll have to readjust to the NHL shots. He'll have to get back in game shape and get adjusted to the pace again. But I'm not necessarily sure that a team looking for him to carry them on his back, I'm not necessarily sure that that'll be the case. I think he can be a good support guy, and I think he'll be able to come in and alleviate the pressure off somebody.